want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
I'm not going to say it.
It's the Brilliant Show.
Yeah. Thanks, sir, Bob Barker.
A new car.
No, that's who's that guy? Well, he died. That's the guy that used to wear the sequin jackets. That wasn't Bob. Rod Roddy.
He died?
Rod Roddy died. Yeah.
A new car.
Yeah. Come on down.
Come on down.
A new car.
A new car. That's the best.
But it is the Brilliant Show.
Yes.
What's up, Biff? Yeah, I can feel the excitement brewing. But
oh my gosh,
we're kind of getting off. We were offline talking before I started the recording about just some things. I feel like with me, I kind of made the analogy that when things happen in my life, it's like riding waves. I've always thought it was that. It was even like that in growing up, like in college, I would say, and when we lived together. And it wasn't so much as life stresses; it was like getting laid. Like sometimes you're up on a wave and you're like girl after girl, weekend after weekend. Then sometimes you're really treading water, and Mr. has to come out a lot. But in this case, I'm kind of making the analogy of riding the waves to just life stresses, jobs. We have our other house that we're trying to sell. There's just a lot of things building up, and we were talking about how you're more you roll with the punches better than I do. I'm more of like a fight back kind of guy, getting all tense. And you kind of have a more like laissez-faire, towards things.
I don't know why. I just, because like we were talking about earlier, I always had lousy grades in school, and I was never like a superstar athlete. So I was okay. I became okay with like average. So the fact that, I have a job and I have like a roof over my head and I get food, I'm all right. I'll make the best of it. This is enough. I don't really expect much more from myself. This is like what I have to offer. This is it. I'm just here. I sucked, man. I didn't care. I was just all during school. It was like, new test, 72. Great. All my friends getting 90s. So by now I'm like, whatever. I'll 72 it the rest of my life. I'm having a good time.
I like that.
A good time.
Yeah, I was the same way. I didn't. Looking back, I wish I put more effort into things, and I think I mastered the art of cheating, of copying off of, especially in physics class. I was way over my head. Physics, I didn't know anything, nothing, not a single thing.
It's hard for me to remember if there was a test that I took that I didn't cheat on. I feel like I cheated on every test I ever took.
Yeah.
I just never trusted my memory because I'm me. I know how bad it is. I have ADD and probably a touch of dyslexia, so I never trusted my memory.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Not even memory, because I think my memory is good, but just the fact of trying to insert knowledge into my brain that I really didn't care about. I mean, you know, like my dad used to always say, if you put half effort to your schoolwork like you do into music, you'd be like an honor roll student. You'd be straight A's. And it's true, man. Music, I just saw a guy in the grocery store that I haven't seen in 15 years, and he said something really cool. And I just became Facebook friends with him, so maybe he'll be listening to the show. But he said something really cool. Talked to him for about 20 minutes, and he said, seeing you in middle school playing in your band up on stage at in seventh grade, I was the president. Actually, in eighth grade, I was the president of the student council. I ran for president. I won, and one of the things I did, it wasn't like a huge thing, but I formed a band and we played for a school dance. So we were all like 12,
we were the coolest people there.
Yeah, we played Green Day songs. We played a cover of Kids in America. We played a song called California by Wax. We played Smashing Pumpkins Today, Santa Monica from Everclear.
Ooh.
And he said, seeing you up there inspired me to want to be up on stage and play and guitar. He's like, you were young, but you commanded the crowd. And he remembered that. And to say that I inspired him to play an instrument when I'm not even that good at playing my own, I was like, that made my day yesterday. I was having a shitty day yesterday, and that made it, and I think, I don't know what I'm getting at here. I don't even know what the point was, other than to make myself awesome.
Hey, you're the host. You're supposed to toe the line.
I have no idea where we were going with this. I think, John, what it is. I think what it is that like I feel like talent is being wasted. I feel like like knowing that I have something.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's anything special, but for 10 years I got paid for my personality. My brother, when I got my last job at the Bone and I was out at all these appearances, he's like, "You basically get paid to be awesome." And I mean, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn here. I mean, you know what it was like to be in radio, and it's like, yeah, and it's kind of like a very I can't even think of the word, eye awakening,
Eye
opening,
nose awakening,
nose awakening earache, nose awakening earache when you're out of that scene and you're in a regular like work environment, and I don't know exactly what my point is here, but maybe you can help me out.
That's why when we were at Penn State, or in State College, we were out of college, but we were still there on the radio. I remember thinking, I'm going to do this for a year because this is too good to be true for me to be able to keep doing the rest of my life. I was too unsure of the luck because I didn't expect myself to be able to really do much with a part-time gig on the radio. Even if it was full-time probably would have been harder to walk away from, especially because you were doing all those, those remote things. But I don't know. I was just always scared that life wouldn't be that great where I could just be on the radio the rest of my life.
I think that's an honest
even though I
outlook.
wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could say you did it, John. And, I feel like both of us, I mean, you have your demo tape. I hope you saved a lot of your radio recordings. I know you have your podcasts and stuff, but I hope you have like a demo reel from the Quick Rock show. You do, right?
Yeah, I have like cassette tapes, I think. I don't even know.
Well,
I think Agnew has a bunch of stuff.
I mean, if you had something, and that's why I have something that's relatively recent, and if an opportunity should ever come up again, I have that. Nobody can take that away from me. And,
oh yeah.
So who knows? I mean, who knows what'll happen? With anybody's future. I mean, you were on the radio down in Florida. I mean, you were voice tracked, but you still got to hear your voice. I mean, and you had a real shift.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it just got to the point where after like 3 years, I was, waking up at 4 a.m, driving down to Miami, recording 6 hours or whatever, 12 hours of audio, and in like an hour, just as fast as I could, and then driving back home and going back to sleep. I was like, this is just, what am I doing? And then I just started doing the podcast, and if something comes of the podcast, cool. If it doesn't, I'll just keep doing whatever to pay the stupid bills.
Yeah.
Like staff nurses. Oh, it's the worst, man. I mean, it's fun. It's like a game, but, sometimes you just got to suck it up.
That's very true, John. That's the kind of the motto for life, huh? Suck it up.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Like you had to last night after the bees attacked you.
Oh, man.
Segue!
That was good. If I had a sound effect, I'd put it in there.
Yeah, if we had technology, because last week's show,
yeah,
I thought it was so good, and Mike and the back and forth banter, it was like we were still living together, and it was like transferred onto the podcast, and the audio was so upside down. I would say an answer, and then you would hear you ask the question after. It was that bad.
Well, I said we should just tell people that nothing's wrong with it and be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you're going insane. I'd be like, oh yeah, they're 1-1, and you'd be like, what's Penn State's record?
Oh man,
so clunky. But
yeah,
it happens because I think we should just keep it to you and I, and unless we come up with some technical way to make it work every time.
Yeah, maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign that it should just be the two of us. I mean, I like, without sounding all corny, John, but I will get corny. I mean, I think our dynamic has always been strong, and I remember when you used to stand in the, probably not a great idea when I was first starting off. You were like in the studio the whole time, and we were cross-talking on every break, and I remember your buddy Glenn put the kibosh on that and banned you from the studio during my shift.
Glenn Turner.
Yes, so
Sleep in the office. Glenn Turner, I sleep in the office. I look like a walrus. Bad acne when I was a child. I hate that guy. I wonder what he's doing. What is he doing now?
I don't know. Friends of on Facebook. All he does is complain and talk about how awesome the Patriots are because he's, back in that area. Oh man, but I think I was disappointed, and I didn't. I edited it. I didn't edit. I put all the effects on it. I do kind of like I amplify things and make all our voices the same level. So, because I think your mic seems a little louder than mine. So I didn't get a chance to listen to it back. And I actually was going to at work. I usually, put on my headphones and open up my Excel workbook and, listen to our podcast the next day.
Yeah.
And you actually emailed me or G-chatted me right before and said, our show is a mess. And I was like, yeah, I probably don't even want to listen. And I don't even think I deleted it. I was going to delete it, and I figured,
yeah, what the hell?
What the heck? I mean, it's not like we have millions of listeners. So, I mean, if it's a little off, I don't know. People can piece together the conversation. But I don't know where the problem is occurring because you have your other show, the podcast, and you have 3 people. And you said they record through Skype on QuickTime, which I didn't know was possible. But I felt like I've had 2 different recorders, and the issue because remember we had Chris Freed on the show, and we had that problem. It wasn't as bad, I don't think.
No,
but
it was never that bad.
This was really bad.
I don't know if I've ever heard it get that bad before in all of my podcasting years.
Yeah, I don't know.
But whatever, it's okay. We're going to be in state. I'm going to be there tomorrow. My flight is at 7:45 in the morning.
Oh man!
I know. I'm so pumped.
Wow!
I love being up that early when no one else is awake.
So you're gonna fly into Philly and you're gonna take a crop duster to State College.
I told you they're gonna strap me onto a big stone and get a giant to skip me across a lake.
Well, dude, it's like a 15-minute ride. By the time you take off, you land again.
Yeah, I know. They're like, all right, we will be serving treats and popcorn, and all right, now we're collecting them and throwing them away.
Now we're collecting them. All 2 passengers.
Yeah, right. I know. My head's going to be like hitting the ceiling. Like an idiot. And then I get to State College at like 12, and then I'm going to drive to Milroy, and I'm going to check out Smitty's. I'm going to go there and send you guys a picture as soon as I get there.
Yeah, get some chicken wings and a couple beers.
Yeah, I should test out the spread.
I have a good feeling about that place. I was telling Natalie, I feel like I feel like we won't even make it into State College. We're just going to end up hanging out in Milroy all freaking weekend, watching the game on TV in the hotel room, hammered.
I know. I was thinking, I'm like, when I get there, I should just get a whole bunch of ice and beer and just put it in the bathtub and just leave it there. And then I'm like, well, but then we probably won't even leave. I'm going to set this hotel room on fire.
God. I'm going to feel bad for that. I hope your company's comping this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They're in for a heavie.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Well, I'll be sure to take the TV on the way out.
Milroy.
And it's
called Milroy.
It's going to be just, I think, it's going to be an excellent time because it'll be the 3 of us. And we we only lived together for a year. It seems like longer, not in a bad way, but it seems like we did did so much crazy things within that year. Yeah, it seems like it was like a 5-year span. But I just, with the 3 of us, I think that would just be funny in itself. I'm going to need just to do whatever. Like we have no plans, and the past couple years of my life have been very planned out, So.
Yeah, we can just go up there and walk around in our underwear and jump on the beds.
Yeah, that's going to be the first thing I do. I'm going to throw my luggage down and do some bed jumping.
Yeah. Do a flying elbow.
Yeah. But I mean, Mike, this is going to be a real problem for Mike because Milroy is probably about 15 miles from State College, maybe not that long.
Yeah, maybe right around there, I think.
well, if we go to State College, we are inevitably, and we're drinking all day, I will put money down. I don't have a lot of money right now, but I will put whatever I got down. That Mike will lose Mike, and he'll end up somewhere random, like maybe sleeping on the side of like I-80 or something.
Why does he do this?
I remember I heard a story. Okay, and we can confirm with Mike. I wish we had him on the show, although he might be embarrassed to talk about it. But we'll
Embarrassed.
we'll try to get this out of him. Because he's not available tonight, so that was another reason why we didn't have him on tonight. Plus, it would be all effed up the recording. And we were supposed to do it last night, but I have another story about why we didn't do it last night. But anyway, we were doing the show now. There you are. Can you see me? I can see you. Here, I'll. I'm in the dark, but here we go. Let's try to get the.
Why were we
Okay.
Be on tonight? Oh yeah, you are like Blair Witch Project
target. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
There's a booger hanging out of my nose.
So Mike supposedly Mike was down in Florida, down at the Gasparilla Fest. Have you been to the Gasparilla Fest?
I was supposed to go to the last one, and Heather and I bailed the day of. We were like,
it's like party, man. It's crazy.
So much, yeah. It's like a lot. I don't know if we're built for that anymore.
How far are you from there?
Tampa, 4 hours.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were down there. I went down 1 year. We all stayed at Dan's, and he went down another year or so. But supposedly, Mike got hammered, lost the rest of the group, ended up sleeping on a bench middle of Tampa, and then ended up in the soup kitchen line with homeless people.
What?
I swear to God, a homeless guy thought he was homeless and brought him to a homeless shelter. I kid you not. Now, I don't know how elaborated that story is, but that is what I heard from multiple people, and I want to let's talk to Mike this weekend about it and see if we can get him to talk about it next week, because I'm pretty sure that is the correct.
That is amazing. He was so hammered. He woke up. He didn't know where he was, and some guy was like, "Come on, man, let's get some food. Get some food." And he was like, and I can just picture him "Okay, all right," and he would just stand up, put his hands in his pockets, and just walk with the guy with and he would just be staring. And 5 minutes into it, if it was someone he knew, he'd go, "Wait a minute, what are we doing right now?" But
put his hands in his pockets.
So he just ignored it and just kept walking, and all of a sudden he was like, "Yeah, food, I need that right now."
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not going to question anything.
Your description of him was standing up with his hands in his pockets is dead on.
If we should keep a tally and see who can get the most spots of Mike standing up, putting his hands in his pockets. That's his. You are in a complete darkness. Why are you so? Do you not look at anything when you're doing the show?
I have the TV on and the other side, so you don't see a glare from the TV on my face.
I don't even see the glare from the computer door. That's all the light that I have is from the computer. Yeah.
Really? Let's see, it's a bright computer.
Is it?
But so last night, right? One of my jobs that I'm trying to get done around the house is clearing out. We have a pretty big backyard, and then beyond the backyard, there's a.
I'm
laughing
excited for this bee story. Oh well, I mean, this is the reason why we didn't do the show last night, right?
Well, no, because I wanted to get this done. Okay, so basically, my neighbor has been really helpful in taking his tractor and driving it through the woods and clearing out all the crap that's back there, because the family the guy that owned the house previously just kind of didn't. There's not really a huge woods. There's a fence that's a little bit further back, and he just threw a bunch of stakes and brush in right on the edge of the grass, basically. So it's visible. It's like an eyesore. So I'm looking to get.
Stiff.
He did nothing. No yard work. So I'm trying to get the branches further back out of the way, and there's a whole bunch. There's trees, so there's a lot of leaves, and I want to get that mulched up to eliminate some of the bugs, the ticks, also make it look a little cleaner. So my neighbor offered to drive his tractor through because he he cleans up in the middle between our house and his house. There's like wooded area, so he's like, I'll just take the tractor through, no problem. I just need you to clean up some of the brush, try to dig up some of the stumps so I don't run over it with my lawnmower, you know. So I'm back there, Ben's back there playing, and I'm in long sleeves and long pants and gloves because I was trying to prevent what happened last night from happening. And I'm pulling away all these like rotting sticks, and like a little, like one of those little tiny like wasps flies up. It wasn't like a bee. I mean, I think bees and wasps might be two different things, but it was a ground wasp or whatever you call it. And it flew up and it landed on me, and I was like, "Get that!" And I flicked them off. Right, and then within minutes, I was like, and I'm running. I feel like there was a Simpsons or something. There was some sort of cartoon where some guy was getting chased after by bees, and they all flew up my shirt, and I ripped off my shirt, and I ran through the backyard, and I was like, Ben, come on, Ben, run! And he's running, and I'm getting stung all over, man. I got stung on my arm, on my back, and my back itches so bad today. I didn't get it. I couldn't reach it, so I couldn't put any like Cord-Aid on. So I was just constantly itching, and luckily the swelling went down, but it was brutal, man. And even when I took off my shirt, I flung it inside out, and there was still like a couple like
they were like
wasps
stunned
in there.
Because I remember one time I walked on a beehive or wasp hive or whatever the hell it was when I was a kid with a whole bunch of my friends in like the woods, and all of a sudden we're all going, "Ow, ow, ow," and we're all looking at each other, and we just look on the ground, and just a swarm of bees just empties out of this hive that my idiot friend stepped on. And we just take off running out of the woods. And we got out of the woods. We get into like our neighborhood and to our friend's house. And we're freaking out. And there's still bees all over us, but they're like shocked and frozen and just sitting there and not like stinging us. They go into a panic mode.
Huh.
They like shut down. They like feel your
maybe you scared them.
I don't know.
They didn't feel my anger last night. They were like, they were ready to. They were striking, man. I disturbed their little house, or their house was rotting.
I hate
sticks.
when people do that when they don't collect the sticks in their yard in Oregon, make their yard look nice. Lazy fucks.
Oh man. Yeah, it looks horrible, man. I got a lot of work to do, and I'm trying to get it done by I want to plant
September,
grass before it gets too cold. Like now is a good time to do it because it's still it's warm in the day and cool at night, which is perfect grass growing. So I'm trying to get it done, and I won't be around this weekend. Then next weekend and the week after that we're having a birthday party for Ben.
Oh, thanks.
You're excited, by the way, if you want to make a trip up from Florida again, but. Yeah, and then it's October, so after that, it's like there's not a lot of time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, did you do this at night? And
that's to do work
maybe
at night.
why you didn't see the bees.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty dark.
Maybe a flashlight next time.
It was bad.
Torch.
Or maybe just don't do that. I mean, I left everything out there, like the wheelbarrow, whatever I was using, Ben's toys. I just ran, and I was like, I'm
have you been out there since?
Yeah, I'm done with that. That's no, I didn't go out to no, I'm done. I'm gonna try to see if I could spray, just hose them with some sort of like, wasp killer, and then go in again. I don't know, but is it worth it? I don't know.
Is it?
For a couple of sticks, maybe I'll just let them go.
Or did they get you like in the middle of it? Oh, halfway.
They got me in the middle of it. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot done. I mean, he actually went through and cleared a lot of it, so it looks pretty good right now. So that's why I didn't go back there again. But there's your dog. Is he sleeping?
No.
Is he sleeping right now?
There she is.
Are his eyes open, or is she?
No, man. She's like a stuffed animal.
Oh, wow.
She just like lays on me. All right, out of here. She's a Fraggle Rock. So, what is the most dangerous bee?
Yeah, she's what?
On the planet. I do know.
Do you know? And you're asking?
Now I'm talking like.
You do, okay. Dangerous,
like all right, let's
or
see
like
here.
not deadly, like most vicious. I would say the yellow jackets are probably the most vicious bee.
Now, I mean, most dangerous. Well, the same thing. You know what I mean?
Or they're not actually bee. They're
black
wasps.
and yellow things that can sting you.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I always thought. Yeah, but like I never knew up until like a few months ago when I was like researching a little bit that bees and wasps, like the yellow jackets are wasps, but like
Yeah.
bumblebees and carpenter bees are obviously bees. Like they're two different. Like the bee family, to my understanding, is not very.
They don't even have.
They're more docile. Like
stingers.
carpenter bees won't really sting you unless you provoke them. Same with bumblebees. I think they do, but I think they just don't sting people. So that's why you don't really ever get stung by
Eating
a
the
carpenter
wood.
bee because they're too busy chewing your house apart.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll get you in other ways. They'll make your house just
I'd
fall
rather get
apart
stung.
instead of stinging you.
Well,
Like, well,
the
get you
giant
later,
Japanese, the giant
Yeah.
Japanese hornet
roof caving on you.
dwell in the rural areas of Japan and are also referred to
That
as the
sounds
giant
horrible.
sparrow bee. This type of hornet is not inherently aggressive and only attacks
How
humans
giant?
when threatened. However, its venom attacks the nervous system and can kill a person with just a single sting. Oh, can shut you down.
Oh man,
Let's
how giant
find
are
out.
they? Are we
Let's
talking
find
about
out.
like maybe like 12 inches?
I was doing a little
Say
bee
probably
research
giant for
before the
wasp,
show,
probably
little
like
show
maybe an
prep,
inch and a
Troy
half.
Craig style. Giant Japanese.
Nice, cool.
Right? That's what it was called. Oh my god! Oh my god! I just shit my pants, dude. It's like the size of like someone's hand. Oh.
No, I feel like that thing coming towards you, you probably like have enough time to
It's
maybe get out of the way.
stingers.
It's really that big. Let me see
stings,
if I can.
It leaves like
I don't
holes
wanna-
in you. Oh my god!
No, let me see. What is it? Giant Japanese hornet? See, my computer's so slow that it's cutting off our
I
sound.
hear you, Biff.
You there?
Giant Japanese hornet.
Biff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, we're good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
see, I knew I shouldn't have opened up the.
I
Oh,
know.
wow. If I knew if I
Freakish.
Google, oh my god,
Yes. They
No
are
way.
freakish, but they're very like
way.
nice. But they can kill you. The gentle giant of the bee community.
no way.
Shit. Yeah.
I guess
It
you don't
looks
want to
like
get on that
a
thing's
like
bad side.
human.
Dude, there's like a
almost.
close up of its
Like
face.
a monster or ET. And this guy
like ET.
drinking
E.T.
alcohol made with
from
fermented
home.
wasps. That's new.
That sounds
Talk
like
about
a good
a
episode.
stingy aftertaste. These guys, some people like
Oh,
kill
man.
them and like have them as trophies, like almost like taxidermy.
I would. I would
Yeah,
stuff
it's a
that thing
victory to
and
defeat this
hang it
beast.
on
This
my
thing
mantle.
belongs in like a
Wouldn't you?
Godzilla movie. Oh, it is so
Yeah.
huge and creepy, and I don't want to look at it anymore. It's giving me the willies. So briefly, I know you mentioned that you and Mike may or may not have gone to some party in like Redneckville, Pennsylvania, similar to where
Oh yeah, I
we're
was
headed
thinking about this today.
this
I
week.
was.
What?
It might actually have been in the same town, believe it or not. I feel like I was thinking about this weekend, and
All
when
the time.
you start thinking about something, and then your mind takes you elsewhere, and I had
Yeah,
this
just making sure
flashback
Mac wasn't
of are you looking for something? What are you doing?
fucking around in the bathroom like she does in the pool.
In the pool outside?
No, she'll like pull the
She drank from the toilet.
toilet paper and just keep biting it and like it'll unravel. Just plays with it like an idiot. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
right.
kind of like my
It's very
my
entertaining.
son. He does the same thing, same mentality, pretty much. Yeah, very.
Pause.
So yeah, I had this random flashback of me. Vaz was definitely there because he took us to this party.
No.
But I could have sworn the reason I brought this up to you is because I thought you were there, but you say you weren't. But I remember Mike being there or somebody else that was like random. That wasn't like Troy or Jerry. It wasn't somebody that worked with Vaz or us at Quick Rock, and we went to this party in the middle of nowhere. I think Vaz drove out there
inside.
and immediately when I walked in, I was like, I don't want to be here, and it was strange. Yeah, it was like a house in the middle of nowhere, and it was strange. I didn't know anybody, and all the chicks were like super beat. And I remember calling somebody, and this person picked me and Mike or whoever I was with up. And I don't remember who picked us up. I don't remember who was with me, but it was like a random night. And I the reason I brought it up to you is because I wanted more clarification on what actually went on. But since you weren't there or you don't remember being there, then you probably I don't know. You
anything right now
I
this weekend accidentally run into Vaz and have him invite us to one of his weird redneck middle of central Pennsylvania parties and just see the weirdos. But I was checking out, I was doing a little Vaz stalking because you said he's the one that brought you, and I mean Vaz seems pretty normal at this stage. He actually seems happy and like, you know,
I think he is.
He looks like he's got a lady, and
I think he's doing all right.
All that good stuff. Works at Furniture and Mattress Discount King in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Is real.
Oh yeah,
the Furniture King.
Always a sale.
Looks like he's a Game of Thrones fan. Oh,
it's a sale.
Risk. Yeah, exactly, and that's why I want to see him. I want to see what he's up to. Oh God! What wasn't the Vaz Brother John and Vaz show?
On the weekend. Dude, you guys did like 8-hour shifts. You covered the entire Saturday and Sunday, the two of you.
No, I was 6 to 9. Then I was then Sunday 12 to 6.
Yeah, because I remember listening to you that one time. Yes. We were out at the pool.
You what?
Some random apartment complex, and I was calling requests. Like I was calling in requests that you couldn't play. I remember you had me on the phone, like you did. You played a phone call for me on like a Sunday afternoon. I was drinking by the pool.
Was it funny?
And I called you. I don't know. I really trailed off with that one.
So how long were you there at that party?
A party in the middle of nowhere.
Wow. And
I have no idea. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember it being a really dark house, and it was really strange people, and I didn't know anyone. And Vaz, I think, went off somewhere, or I couldn't find him, or something weird where I was like, I need to get out of here. You know when you're like somewhere, and you're like, you start to panic a little bit.
Yes, so lost souls are we. That's where it all came from.
How do I get out of here?
There, and I was right.
But at least we were in town. We were in State College. I was in probably Milroy.
I was able to just get in my car and leave. You were like abandoned.
Milroy.
You were trapped.
I was stuck in Milroy.
No,
is Milroy too like the guy's name? Like
it's just regular Milroy, I think. Oops, I just dude,
what a horrible names up there. Milroy, Warriors Gap. What else? Center Hall, yeah, Tyrone. Altoona.
Tyrone's like the number one heroin capital.
Like the worst place on earth.
It's the heroin capital of like the country.
Of course it is. There's some really sketchy areas out there in the middle of Pennsylvania. I mean,
yeah,
it's comparable to probably like the mountains of West Virginia. Yeah. I mean, it's probably it's the same mountain range that runs through, but
Harrisburg and West, it's like a different state.
Strange ass places
might as well just be Kentucky or Nebraska. Milroy is part of Kissaquillas Valley of
Arkansas,
Mifflin County, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, that was my first guess.
They are redneck motherfuckers. 2,100 square miles. It's total area.
Oh man,
total land. 0.7 square miles.
That's probably all woods.
I guess. I don't know.
Of what? Of actual people living there?
It's like a road.
0.7 square miles of a population? Wait, what?
The Dairy Queen.
Probably is one road. One
Dairy
bar,
Queen, one of their top 3 restaurants.
Like, who stays in Milroy?
People call Dairy Queen a restaurant now, and Arby's.
Oh, nice. How does Smitty's rank up there? Oh, let's look at TripAdvisor and see where Smitty's ranks. Do it. Type in Milroy, PA restaurants. If Smitty's is not in the top 10 or even the top 5,
this is amazing. I'm looking at
bank on
Best Western Nittany Inn, Milroy, PA. This looks like Smitty's. Like you said last week, I think it's connected to the hotel, and it looks really nice on the outside. Yeah. Cool. I think so.
Really?
I remember you said it takes 8 minutes to walk
It's connected to the hotel?
Why?
Then it can't be connected unless we're staying at like some sort of mansion.
Well, maybe it is like a
Why would it take 8
on
minutes
the
to
other
walk
side
if
of
it's
the
in
hotel.
It'd be a long 8-minute walk, John. You're walking backwards with 1 foot. Yeah, you're crawling. Yes. No, they're factoring in us being hammered at 2 in the morning. How long it would take us to get from our room to the hotel bar? 8 minutes.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna fall
on a normal day. Probably.
Yeah, Mike's gonna fall.
Minute.
You're gonna punch Mike. There's gonna be a
fact,
scuffle,
yeah.
and then we'll finally get there.
8 minutes for you,
well,
drunk bastards.
We're gonna try to.
It's 30 feet.
Capture, do some sort of, brilliant show-related stuff while we're there. I mean, there's no reason why after the bar Friday night we just come back to the place. I'll put my little recorder in the middle of the room, and just whatever the 3 of us idiots say, maybe it'll be a bit. It's like,
yes, excellent. Do you have so you'll have your computer? Do you have Skype on your computer?
Yeah.
You have it on your laptop.
Yeah.
Do you have a recorder?
Yeah. No, dude, I have like a recorder, like a voice
recorder
on my phone. See, yours doesn't have this because this thing.
But if you had a recorder on if you have a microphone and a recorder on your computer, we could just do the show live.
We could just do it on GarageBand.
We could just hook up your microphone
around my computer,
and we can all just talk.
And then save it. Zip that shit. Oh, yeah.
I have Cool Edit.
Do you have a Lappy
We might
Toppy?
be able to record it into Cool Edit if I bring mine.
Is it pink?
I do. A pink one. Well, it's Natalie's old one, so I use it just for the show. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like so old. It's an old Dell. The thing weighs about 40 pounds, and the cursor moves on its own. So you could be like typing an elaborate email, and you look up, and like the cursor, you're like typing over what you just typed because the cursor bounced back like 4 lines, and you're like, I remember writing cover letters on this computer, and I would flip out, and Natalie had the other one, and I'd be like, oh my god, everything I just wrote over over it because the cursor moved, and I wasn't even looking.
That thing into the wall.
Well, I did that to my other computer. My computer, I broke it because I was trying to download the Rocky soundtrack, and it wasn't working.
Good,
and I smacked it.
It's the Rocky soundtrack. It's not just like
pretty reasonable, right? Yeah.
Even better.
It was the greatest hits. It was the greatest hits of Rocky from all the
Rocky soundtrack is the
come
best.
On. Yeah.
A,
$9.99
working
on
out
Amazon.
soundtrack. B, running soundtrack. And C,
totally.
Pre-gaming soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Masturbating.
Yes.
Yes. You don't tell me you don't masturbate to Eye of the Tiger.
No, I don't, but I do.
Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, I got the. What's that?
I would
Speaking
say
of Rocky, are
I'm
you stoked
somewhat
or not stoked for the new Creed?
you know what it is? I will watch that movie on my own time, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But I'm not looking forward to everyone's reviews and of the people that hated it and thought it sucked and that it's over and just hang it up and let it go. I just don't. I can't stand that when it's like a franchise that I really like and it's never going to be as good as the first one, and people think it's going to be, and they just bitch and complain and say it's not as good.
Yeah.
None of them are.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And it's not going to be as good as the first one because they all shot. They all gave, and they gave bad
one of
reviews
the best
to Rocky Balboa.
ways to bring it
I
back.
liked that movie. I thought Rocky Balboa was
the virtual
cool.
game, and then do a big thing like
Exactly.
boxing is today. It's all a show. It's just for the money. What is it called? Creed.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's Apollo
Monet.
Creed's kid, Rocky's. Oh, there's a trailer out already. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it Stallone? Yeah, so it's Stallone again. So it'll be the same thing. It'll be funny. It'll be touching. It'll have montages. And, I'm sure a sequel or 5.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? They have to have an update of Eye of the Tiger and Burning Heart. They have to have a band now.
I loved in Rocky 4 when Rick,
somebody like Daughtry or
Rick
something.
James,
Eye of the Tiger,
what's his name? James Brown comes out and sings "Live in America." That was my song. Like when in high school,
living in America.
In high school, before we'd go to football games, we'd all do shots of vodka and get nice and drunk. And we each had our own song that we would play to get ourselves pumped up while we take shots of Bankers Club straight and chase it with sink water. And I would always have James Brown, "Living in America." I live in America.
That seems good.
I
feel good. He was a great entertainer. Great entertainer. So, with football in mind, what do you think? What do you think for?
We're doing visual right now. I feel good.
It's like he Rex. I feel good.
Shady's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
What do you think for this weekend? What is that? What's going on there?
Creature.
What is that? I don't see anything. I see a bed.
Shady one. This weekend, what do you mean?
Cat?
Dude, at Penn State, I don't know. They just have like holes that I don't know about. All I know is they have this quarterback who's supposed to be great. He looks like Tom Brady on the field. And they got embarrassed by Temple. And then they whatever against Buffalo or Akron or whoever the hell they played second. So I feel like Rutgers might kill them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a blowout, but I think Rutgers does have.
Yeah, so I'm not putting too much
very good chance of winning this game.
Of my emotion in the game. I'm just looking to have fun with you 3 boys or 2 boys. That's true.
Well, you gotta have fun with yourself too, right?
Hey, did you see? You didn't see the visit, right? The visit. Okay. No, I didn't. But
I didn't see.
I don't know. I heard that you're just waiting for the big twist the whole time. I don't know.
And is there one? It got good reviews. I heard it was funny.
What?
Like they said, it's like part comedy.
Yeah, I haven't done any
thriller
following up. I haven't seen anything about it. I forgot it was the opening weekend last weekend, right? What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
I don't remember the last time.
It takes a lot to get me to
go off
the movie theater. I think the last movie I saw was Dumb and Dumber 2. It was funny. I mean, again, I didn't think it was going to be better than the first one. I was like, I just want to watch these 2 guys play these 2 characters. I don't really care what the story is. Even the bad jokes are kind of funny because they are delivering them. Where is movies, reviews, whatever? I don't see anything. Oh, the Vista. EW gave it a B.
John,
so go ahead. Sorry.
What time is your? You don't see anything.
I know.
That's not bad. It's getting pretty good reviews.
Well, I'll be in State College at 12:30.
You'll be
so
in
Milroy
State College
like
at
1,
what time tomorrow?
And
Milroy, actually.
I got to do a little work. And then I'll just be hanging out. I think I'm doing Nerd 35 tomorrow night. Because I'll be there by myself. Yeah, from the hotel. I'm hoping they have Wi-Fi.
Excellent.
Yeah, but I mean,
that would probably be a big part of
I feel like if there is going to be a place, it'll be Milroy. Yeah.
There's no towers of any sort.
There's no
What do you think? You'd be lucky if they have a landline.
You know.
Yeah. I picture you walking in and the bellhop or the guy at the desk. He pulls your keys.
Pure horror movie scenario.
Here you go. You're on the 3rd floor.
Yeah. Ting, 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 ting.
Take rickety old elevator.
It only takes you between.
Well, it beats sleeping on a bench.
3. So if you're on the 3rd floor, you gotta climb. What? Oh no! So do you think they have Uber out there?
Well, they should.
The students and everything. They don't have Uber in Broward County, Pennsylvania.
Yes. Well, I mean, they have Uber everywhere, but see, it's gonna be a busy weekend. I mean, I got the Uber app on my phone, so I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to find something. And it pays. I should.
I know, but can you imagine the insane
a whole year's salary in
people
one weekend
that you, as an Uber driver, are driving around in State College? No way.
In your car, I'd have plastic gun, down over everything.
Knife, a grenade,
puking all over the place.
I know. Well, there is that story that came out about.
It's just a matter of time before something bad happens.
But that's the only crazy story that's come out tonight. That GOP debate again, round 2 was tonight. I got to go see what Trump did. Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll be able to watch all of it.
Yeah, I wanted to see. Yeah, I totally forgot it was on.
Yeah.
Yes. Or I'll see it on the news tonight. I'm sure we'll do a 15-minute wrap-up of the debates. So, John, let's wrap things up here, and we'll I guess we'll have to take notes for something of the weekend. So we'll have a big show next week. Recapping everything. We're getting Mike on. We're trying to figure out why it's not working. Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess I could say I'll see you in 2 days, John. It's going to be a fun time. What should I bring? Should I bring anything besides my lovely self?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of like we're almost like camping. We're going to be. Because we're in the middle of nowhere, so I can't imagine there being access to anything that we might need, like food, water,
and get some
or beer.
Groceries.
So,
yeah, they were the best. I forget
really
how
expensive
everything is.
Well, they were awesome. Yeah. I remember the Quadzilla, the breakfast sandwich, with every type of meat.
Ham.
You can imagine on it. It was like pork roll, sausage, turkey, bacon, Canadian bacon, turkey bacon, ham, everything.
Oh. No, it'll be good. I agree. It feels like camping. It feels like we're not really sure what we're in for, but it's going to be a good time, and it doesn't matter.
We're not.
Yeah,
it definitely. I think this will be a very spontaneous weekend, which is something I need.
Yeah, man.
So it'll be good. But I'll bring some beer, and if there's anything else, you let me know. I'm going to leave from work and make a stop on the way. So
that's awesome.
I should be up there
whenever you get up there, man.
7.
I'll be waiting for you.
Perfecto.
He will be.
And Big Money will be there. Oh man, this will be the first time that we're all together.
Last time the 3 of us were together.
Well, the last time I saw you was at my wedding. I think we went over this. That was
the
4 years ago,
last day
right?
before I moved to Florida. Remember, I came over and we hung out at my house and we listened to that stupid song.
Oh no!
Like really? A metronome. No handlebars. handlebars. And we went to
I
Skyline
ride
and
my bike with no
kept yelling at that
handlebars.
woman with the monsters.
Yeah.
And they
was
let
the
us
way
stay, and they
we
kept giving us
swam in your
beer.
neighbor's pool while they weren't home, and then they showed up, and we were in their pool. And we wandered barefoot into the bar. Right? Was that Skyline?
We were. That's right. They drove us there. We just walked in.
We were barefoot in
That
there.
was so
We didn't have any
blacked out.
shoes on, I don't think.
Yeah, my parents were out of town. It was just the three of us.
Oh,
like
man.
idiots.
And we slept over, too, right? We crashed at your place, I think.
Yes.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, I remember sitting in the
That's
backyard
what
for
it's
a little
gonna be
while, and
like
we just
this
ended
week.
up at all these random places.
Awesome.
Exactly. Wow. Like 7 years in the making right there. Holy. All right, Biff. Well, that was the brilliant show for now. Even though it's still spunky, it's still fresh. I think James Brown actually had a song that was called like a tuna. I feel good.
Yeah, man.
All right, Biff. I'll see you in 2 days. Dos dias. Later.